Well, hi. It's December, and I really want to beat feet away from here. I've been a guest of the Frontier Police Department for the last few weeks. I'm heading over to my little market. Jenny's gonna get me a ride back home. This has been pretty wild, y'all. Pretty wild. I'm not going to say anything else until we're a little further away from here. Oh, look. Hi. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, the farm work needs to be done. I have a lot to do. The pigs are going to be... The animal dealer is expecting me to pick up the pigs soon. I haven't been on the farm to prepare for them. Luckily Nelson has went out to stay in my house. I gave him the information about where I keep my spare key, and he's been looking after the cows for me, and he's been coordinating with the contractors to get the pig barn set up. I still need to pay them. I'm gonna go in here and see Jenny in a minute, but I just need some time outside for a few minutes. That's the longest I've been in a building since I became a farmer. Weeks. Right, last time you saw me, it was dark and creepy. Old Town was in the distance, and we saw a UFO, aliens. That was something, and it was real. And then I got arrested. So, I have no idea how they knew I was there. I was there for over an hour. Hour and a half, 2 hours? The alarm was going off for an hour. You heard it. And then they just showed up a few minutes after that thing started circling. Why was it circling? It was just going in this big sweeping arc. I don't know if it was looking for something? That was so... I don't have words to describe it. But anyway. I got arrested. They said I was in a restricted area. Fortunately, I thought something like that might happen. So I had a plan, or at least somebody on the outside looking out for me, and somebody who we all know, who has run afoul of Frontier Security for talking about aliens existing, has contacts who happen to be really good lawyers. So he got the lawyers to start trying to figure out why I was actually being held, and the lawyers figured out that I was on private property, and then there was a question of whether there was a trespassing charge. So just to clear everything up, I've made a deal with the owner of said private property. I am buying it. It's about to be mine. So I won't be, or won't have been, trespassing. I know it's after the fact, and technically I was trespassing, but the owner has to file that charge or press that charge. And the owner is not incentivized to do that with me buying that property, which, off in the direction of Old Town, has been lying there vacant for years because nobody wants it. It's creepy, and it's outside the walls. So, I'm about to lose some money. I need to get more money in. There's so much to do. I'm going to go in and talk to Jenny right now, and then I think it's time for me to start bringing over flour and bread And I'll bring you back in a few hours when I get the pigs. I really want to talk about what I saw out there, but I don't know what to say yet. I've been in there for weeks, and I don't know what to say. It's like surreal. I can't wrap my head around it. Even though I saw what I saw out there on that empty lot, I mean, I can't question it anymore, right? Aliens exist. I saw what was probably a skeleton, and we saw that thing in the sky that was nothing like the helicopters that fly around here. Leo's been gone since August. Frontier Security won't talk to me about it. This is definitely a tangle to figure out. But first, I gotta keep the farm running. So I'll see you all in a little bit. Well, I'm over here at the mill, and this is full out. This month is full out. Javon has been loading out some of the bread and flour for me. He's got this all stacked up. I bought this nifty little front-end loader. Check it out. I bought it instead of having Javon buy it, so that way I can share it back and forth between here and my little farmer's market in there that Jenny is running. It's really not that far, so I can drive it back and forth. I just don't have enough equipment for all of my places yet. I had him bag up some of this pig food for me, which I will take over to the farm and store for later, but I also brought the trailer over, and I can just load in some pig food directly from the silo into the trailer and take that over and get it right to the pigs. The animal dealer has been busy. They've already delivered the pigs. I'm not quite ready for them. The building is set up, but I've been running around trying to get the bedding to them and water, and now I need to get them food. I've got 60 little guys over there. So let me get this loaded in from the silo, and then we'll drive back over to the pig yard, and I'll introduce you to my new piggies. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I've got the pig food all loaded up, and this is going to be a month where everything is just on the go. So let's drive and talk. Let's see. Oh, this lot over here, I showed you they had taken down the building. Now everything is gone except for the fence. They've taken down the lights and the little guard sheds, and I think they even took down the barriers. So now the only thing on this lot is just this fence. I don't know what they're planning to do with it now. It basically looks like nothing ever happened here. Which, you know, something happened. And I think it was extraterrestrial, given what we saw last month. So much to do. Okay, so Javon is getting that stuff stacked up. I need to run it over to the farmer's market for Jenny. This is the month where we need all the flour and bread we can get. Everybody's planning holiday celebrations, and I hope it's going to be a good month for people. We can break some of the rationing anyway with the extra supplies I'm able to provide. Next month, I think I need to get the butter and cheese into the farmer's market, and probably also the lettuce and tomatoes that I've been growing in the greenhouses. There's just so much to do. And the silage, I've got extra silage from the cows that I don't need yet. It's probably going to be another 5 or 6 months before we have any babies, or maybe less than that. But anyway, I'm not going to need more feed for a while. Check out my pigs. Hey piggies. Let's get this food dropped off to them, and then I will get out and introduce you. I think it's about lined up. Let's see. Good. It's going in the trough. That would have been a mess to clean up. I got the wheel loader over there in the cow yard. That's part of why I put them here, so I can use all the same equipment that I've got over in the cow yard to look after the pigs too, including this little tractor and trailer. I got the straw from the hayloft over there. Hey, little piggies. That did not make much of a dent in your food, but yeah, we'll get you some more. I got 3 different varieties, and I've got straw bedding in there for them, so they'll start pooping their little hearts out and make me some manure. And I've got a system to claim the slurry that they produce, so I can just load it directly into a trailer and get it on my fields for fertilizer. So yeah, and the company that built this enclosure for me put these little pig houses in, these little metal things, and gave me a little sort of shade thing. They are funny little critters. I think I'm going to have an entertaining time watching them grow up. So I got 60 of these guys from the animal dealer, 20 of each kind. And they're just little babies right now. I'm not really ready to deal with them reproducing. Haven't even successfully had calves yet from the cows, so I need to have a little practice with animal husbandry before I go big on raising a lot of animals. Got the manure pit over here for them, so I'll start filling that up soon. As soon as they get some more food and are able to start pooping. So yeah, here's my little piggies. I'm really happy with the way the farm is shaping up. If it weren't for the drama of that place over there. Alright, I'm going to hop back in here, bring them some more food out. Probably 2 more loads will do the trick. And then I've got my flatbed on the TLX Phoenix over there. I'll take that over and start loading flour and bread to take it over to the farmer's market for Jenny. So, busy, busy, busy month. See you later. Okay, I am over here at the mill. I've got my truck all set up here. Javon has stacked a bunch of the bread and flour out here for me, although there's more to go inside. So I'm going to start loading this up so I can get it over to Jenny. Check out my machine. This will be fun. I apologize for the noise over here. We are going full tilt right now. There's a lot to do with the holidays. There's a lot of demand. So yeah, I'm gonna do probably just one of these on camera and then the rest off camera because it's going to be a lot of repetitive stuff. Not that interesting to watch. But, you know, so you can see what I'm doing. It's really hard to do if I could lean out and see over the front of the forks a little better. That would be nice. So the last month, the stuff we saw at the, I guess actually it was still this month, but it was very early this month. When I recorded that video, I was live streaming the end of it. I had recorded a lot of it up until the dark part, basically. And when I got out to that area over near Old Town, I decided to live stream it in case I got into any trouble with Frontier Security. I wanted to make sure the video actually went out, even if I was interrupted. And it turns out that was a good thing, because I was interrupted. So when the truck showed up with the flashing lights, and basically that's when I got arrested, I kind of just tossed my phone, like, as far as I could, and I guess it was probably still live streaming for a while. Since then, when I got my phone back, I edited it down. So hopefully what you're seeing now is the edited version without all the extra recording at the end cut off. I think it cut off after a while of nothing happening. But anyway, I had some visitors while I was in jail in the police station. And one of them is somebody I trust a lot when it comes to all this alien stuff. And so I told them where I had flung the phone, and they went out and got it for me, and they were able to give it to me when I got out the other day. Gosh, it's been so busy. I mean, we saw what we saw. That's the thing. It's just a fact now. Something was flying around out there. Didn't look like a helicopter. And, I know what I think it was. Obviously, you're free to make up your own mind. But, yeah. I'm gonna go with the graffiti is right. Javon knew what he was talking about. Aliens exist. And somebody, Frontier Security, has been keeping us in the dark about it. And if it was Frontier Security, I don't know whose idea it was. I assume they weren't doing it on their own. I assume someone who's in a position of authority has Frontier Security keeping that secret. But I have no idea who. Since recording the video, I've had some interesting points of contact from a lot of people. Different types of people. Here's where I get vague again. To protect the identities of some of the groups I've been speaking with, I'm going to not go into a lot of detail, but there are some groups of people who are very interested in learning more about what's happening out here, and I'm going to be doing some work with them to help find some answers, since Frontier Security is so intent on keeping whatever they know to themselves. So that is the downside of hiding everything behind a security clearance. Eventually people figure stuff out anyway, but then they have to go hunting for answers, and whatever answers they find may not be the ones that the people who are hiding stuff want them to find. So if we were just told what's going on, we wouldn't have to go digging. But because no one is talking to us, we're going to have to go digging. And what we find in our digging may not be what they want us to know. I guess we'll see. I am definitely going to be doing some digging. Alright, so I've got this spread in here. I might, if I weren't going so close, I might try to double stack these, stack some more on top of them. But the mark is just right inside here, so there's no need to try to make the trips as short as possible, or as few of them anyway, as possible, because I'm not going very far. So I will get this loaded over to the farmer's market, unload it there, and just keep going. I've got another load of bread, 2 loads of flour, and I'm pretty sure we've got a lot more flour inside. I don't know what equipment we're using. I let Javon do a lot of the research there, but this equipment is highly efficient, and the amount of flour that it produced from the amount of grain that I put in, it doesn't seem right. It seems like disproportional. It seems like there's more flour than there ought to be. So either I don't have any idea of how this modern equipment works, and it's just super efficient, or else Javon has worked some sort of magic. But there is a ridiculous amount of flour. So I'm hopeful this is going to be a good month for selling. I will check in with you later after I get all this stuff sold. My next plan is, if I have time, after taking all these loads back and forth, I want to rent a plow and get some fields plowed on that new property. The air is cool, And it has been getting down to freezing at night occasionally, but I do think it's still, the ground is not hard frozen. So I think I have a chance to plow if I do it now. But if I wait till like January or February, it's not going to happen. I would have to wait until March. So I'd like to get some fields plowed and get some lime on them, and that way I can cultivate in the spring and get right into planting. So I will see you a little bit later, and I'll be doing some of that. Bye for now. Okay, we are all done. Let's hop out here. I really love the smell of freshly turned earth. Ah, it's just like a promise of green growing things. It smells so rich. Oh boy. Okay, well, I've got both these fields laid out. I'm going to do this field with sugar beets. I don't know if this is too big or too small. I've never done sugar beets before. Standing here, it looks kind of big, but when I was driving around in the tractor, it didn't look that big. So I guess I'll find out. Kind of regret walking by. It looks bigger than I thought it was. And then I'll do this field up here with either sunflowers or soybeans. I really need to make a decision about that. This one runs all the way up toward the pig yard. Going on 3 o'clock. You know, I think I can still get more done. So, this is already a lot. I'm going to call it here, and I will record the rest of the work I do as a separate episode. So, when you see me next, it'll be a week from now for you, but it'll be just a few minutes from now for me. Oh, one more thing. A couple more things, actually. You see the money went way up. I sold all the jeez. I sold all the bread and some of the flour. It was a lot. It brought in close to $1 million. I still have a lot of flour left, and there's still a little bit of bread. I basically sold everything that Jenny could take at the farmer's market that we set up, and I found a couple of restaurants in town that were willing to take some of the bread also, because I had so much of it. I don't know if Javon has done something different. I mean, that equipment is so efficient. It feels like it's producing so much more than it should, given what I've got going in. But I still have more, so I guess I'll be able to keep Jenny and bread for sandwiches in the farmer's market for the foreseeable future. What else? So yeah, nearly $1 million. I bought that property that I told you I was going to buy over on that side of the city walls toward Old Town. In the next episode, I'll take you out there and show you some things. And I also bought this plow finally. I've rented it every time, but it just fits this tractor really well. It's got a pretty good working width. Technically, it's kind of like a subsoiler, but it works as a plow, so I hope to buy more property. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now or wait until I have more money coming in, but I'm going to need to make more fields, and the fields that I have made already are probably going to need plowing either this year or next. I have to plow them periodically just to keep them most productive, so I bought the plow. I'm trying to decide whether I still have a lot of money left, buy a big tractor that I can use with a large cultivator, because the cultivator that I have is not very wide, and these 2 new fields are going to be a lot of work to cultivate, and then more fields. Or if I should buy the seeder that I keep renting, or another seeder. And I was thinking about getting into maybe grapes or olives, and that requires specialized dedicated equipment. I have thought about getting some beef cows up there with my dairy cows, maybe on the other side when I buy the next property, because I just need to be producing more. Like, I've proven this concept will work. We can farm out here, but I mean, look at that city. It's full of people. We need to be producing way more food than I'm able to with just a few fields. So I've got to scale up. I've got a few ideas about how to do that, and I'll maybe talk to you a little bit about that next time. We'll find out. But for now, we'll call it here, and I will see you in the next episode. Ta-ta for now.